Hey up and welcome to Matt's Mindful Meals. So I've hit the 500, yay, so that's my subscriptions going up nicely, so thanks very much for those who've subscribed. But when you hit that magic 500, it allows you to put polls and things out on YouTube. So this week I used my first poll to ask whether people wanted meat or fish, and the winner was fish. So I'm off out now to go and cook some fish. So I've got some nice cod and I'm going to cook that in chili butter with some potato rostis. I've not cooked them before, so that'll be interesting. Anyway, enough of the chatting. I'll get myself set up and I'll see you when I'm ready to start cooking. Ta-da! So here we are, fire's lit. So I'm going to show you what the ingredients are for this week. Nice and simple. So, got a piece of loin cod fillet. Potatoes, an onion, some butter, not going to use all that, so don't worry, and a chilli. Pop them back in there. And the only other things we're going to add to it today, a little bit of oil to fry the rostis off in, a little bit of salt and pepper, and that's it. Nice and straightforward tonight. So let's crack on. First thing I'm going to do, start to make the rostis. I've never made these before. I've done a little bit of research. Some people say put egg in, and some people say don't. So as I say, I want to keep the ingredients down to a minimum, so I'm not going to. So I'll get the onion peel first. Don't worry, I will be taking all of my rubbish away with me, because we don't leave nothing lying around. To be honest, pop it in there. So that's the end of the chopping up for today, hopefully. So all I'm going to try and do now is to grate all of this down so that I've got a big pile of grated potato and grated onions. So I'm going to do it really quick. So that only took about 3 seconds in my Blue Peter style. So the next thing I want to show you is, this is going to contain a lot of water, potato is. So if you can, use a tea towel or something, get your potato, pop it into there, fold it up in the cloth, and then squeeze out any of the excess water, and that'll make it a little bit more firm and less stodgy. So I'll just squeeze this fluid away. See how much is coming out of that? Okay, so give it a good squeeze. There you go. So, I see it's changed consistency slightly. So you can just use this to wipe stuff up with. So now what I'm going to do is the grated onions that are in there is just mix it up with this. So there's an onion going through the potato. Nice and simple. Cloth come in handy, won't it? So, keeping an eye on my wood. Pepper. There is actually more coming out than it looks. We can have more on when we actually serve it up a little bit later, just to have a little bit of salt and pepper running through it all. The wind's definitely picking up, as you can see. Keep an eye on all those sparks there. Okay, put those away for now. Pop a little bit more wood in. Pop the pan on. Let that start to get warm. Chop my chilli up. Move this off to one side a sec. I lied to you, I said that was the last of the chopping. Obviously not. It's only a tiny lie. So the reason I'm doing everything on a little table today and in my chair is because my breathing's getting a little bit worse. It's stabled out though, because I'm off to that rehab place in a couple of weeks. So you might see less videos coming from me while I'm having my treatment. But fingers crossed, I'll come back from there and I'll be able to get out a lot more and go further away, because I'm not actually parked that far away from my car. So let's give these the first shot. So put some oil in. Mix the salt and pepper into the potatoes. I've never made these before. I'm not even sure how big to go. I think I'm going to go for 2. just smaller than a tennis ball size. It's about right. If you get them both the same size, they should cook around about the same amount of time. Share the oil around. Put the second one in. Now remember, I need to pat them down a little bit. So I'll bring you back when they're a little bit more golden brown and I'll need to turn them over. So I'll see you in a little while. They've been on a couple of minutes now, so I'm going to give them a turn over and see how brown they're going. So I've never done these before. Wish me luck. That's not too bad. This one's a little bit softer. Oh well, looks like they're going to take probably about 4 minutes each side, because that was 2 minutes and I flipped them over. So I'll bring you back when they're a little bit closer to being done. See that the Rostis have got some colour on them, so what I'm going to try and do now is try and cook the fish off at the same time, so they're both done at the same time, because the fish won't take half as long as the Roasties will. Okay, so you've just seen the footage of the Roasties there. They're changing colour nice, so they're getting quite golden, so I really don't want to burn them, so I'm going to move them to the back and try and cook the fish at the same time, but at the front of the pan. So we'll see how that goes. So first things first, I'm going to have to melt the butter in the front of the pan. I'm going to use the butter to baste the fish, so I want a fair bit of it to see how it goes. So start off with that much, maybe a half of that. Get that melted. The chili's in it. Constantly increasing. There we go. Yeah, so when the butter and the chili's all melted, put that piece of fish in and then keep spooning the hot butter and the chili's over the top of the fish. So the fish has been skinned, I've dried it down. It should be good. Well, even if it isn't, I'm having it for my tea. fish. So it's not a massive piece. I wrapped it in a little bit of kitchen towel just to get any excess moisture out of it, because I like my fish nice and firm. Okay, a nice piece of white cod. Place that in there. That can go away into my bag until later. Starting to bubble nicely. So I've turned the fish over once because I forgot to change the camera over. But you can see here the hot butter. I'll just put a bit more wood on. I'm just spooning over the top. In fact, I'll put a little bit over the top of the Rosti. The Rostis are cooked all the way through now. I've had a small taste. And the onions have made the potatoes go really sweet. It's quite nice actually. It won't be too long until I can put this out. So I don't know if you can see on the camera, probably not, but the butter is foaming around the side of the fish. Now I don't know about you, but some people like their fish where it's only just done. I like it when it's cooked all the way through. Opposite to when I have a steak, because that thing I just basically want a little bit of colour on the outside. So I'll give this another couple of minutes and then we'll be ready to have a taste of it. Just hear it sizzling now. I think I'll just turn it once more just to make sure. Okay, I'll put the roasties out. If anybody's got a recipe that you'd like to see me attempt, just let me know and I'll give it my best shot. Let's get these chilies on. Potato roasties and chili cod cooked on my firebox. Well, nothing left. It was really good. I wasn't too convinced about how pretty it looked because I like my food to look quite good. However, the roasties were like really caramelised on the outside, and the fish was cooked just perfectly how I liked it. Sorry. Yeah. Solid 8 out of 10 for that. And a big thumbs up. Anyway, more or less finished for today. So I'm going to get myself packed up and then get away. As you can see, we're losing the light. So think about subscribing if you haven't subscribed. And if you have subscribed and you've enjoyed the video, give me a big thumbs up. So I'm not sure when the next video is going to be. More than likely going to be the 8th of April when I go and see Scott and Dan But until then, keep smiling and take care of yourselves. See you soon. Ta-ra.